The Dode Fox Podcast.
Hello and welcome to the Dode Fox Podcast. I'm Paul, he's Ronnie, and it's been a decent points return over the festive season so far. 6 points wouldn't go amiss this week though. Like, subscribe and click the notification bell on YouTube. Support the pod at buymeacoffee.com/Dode Fox Podcast. Listen at dodefoxpodcast.com and follow us on social media at Dode Fox Podcast.
Coming up on this week's episode, the week that was, Aberdeen review, good, bad and ugly, Livi and Derby preview, loan report, women's team, Caribou lads, Tannadice Test, and on this day with the Arab Archive. It's all coming up on episode 316 of the Dode Fox Podcast.
Hi, I'm Morgana Gomez, and you're listening to the Dode Fox Podcast.
Morgana Gomez, what a wee Christmas treat that was.
Top man.
Legend. Absolute legend. Welcome back to the award-winning Dode Fox Podcast with the big jinx and sticky toffee poon eating bassa, Paul McNichol, and loaded up on penicillin, Ronnie Costello. Good Christmas?
It was good, yeah. Yourself?
Did you get the usual gifts? Pants, socks, new butt plug?
2 out of 3. Definitely got new pants and socks.
No, you didn't get socks, did you?
I did get socks, yeah. Yeah, it was good. Just stuffed my face as usual. That's what Christmas is all about, really, is it? Opening presents, stuffing your face.
Stuff.
No, steak pie. Turkey's a bit shite. Yeah, turkey's a bit shite.
On Christmas Day, you didn't hate turkey?
No. I usually didn't hate turkey on any day.
That's unbelievable. See,
No, it's no.
Jesus looking down on you now. Judging you.
Jesus was
Steak
bacon.
pie is a Boxing Day thing.
Steak pie is an any day
Well, it is, yes.
kind of thing.
Christmas Day, you got to eat turkey, man.
Nah.
I mean, I like turkey, but I eat on Christmas Day.
Well, what's the point then?
Because it gets served, I cannot speak for 10 others at the table.
You're doing it wrong.
Yeah, well,
It's Christmas Day. It's your Christmas Day. You should do what you want to do.
I did.
But you were eating turkey.
I was back, sat, him with my feet up, 5 o'clock. Quite the thing.
That's
me and the dog.
When do you have your meal?
Well, it was we were meant to be at Claire's mum's for 2:30, but we were late. But we were there for kick-off time at 3.
Mm-hmm.
But two others weren't there.
Yeah.
So it got shunted back a wee bit.
Yeah, three's a kick-off time usually.
And because last year, well, it was couldn't be last year because I was in my bed last year, the year before, there was that much. It was on done in one, whereas this year there was break between sittings.
Yeah.
So it was like prawn cocktail or melon, then soup, then
fancy around it.
Then it was the turkey trimmings, and then it was dessert. But I was done by the time dessert. I came like I couldn't squeeze in after eating here. But
No,
it was
so no dessert for Rondo.
I had my eating, so I come in and had that myself.
You did have that massive amount of sticky toffee pudding
that you're going to eat after this because we've still got loads.
Yeah.
So it was pretty chilled. I took the dog in because she gets slightly excited, so she come home and then we picked Claire up about 9 o'clock, and it was pretty chilled.
Excellent.
Bachelor actually went to my bed.
Didn't watch any of that.
Shut off. It's class.
It's a decent film, but I didn't watch it.
That was it. That was Christmas Day in a nutshell, and then obviously Boxing Day there was no football.
No football. No.
Which is, again, up and down the country, pretty weird for the top leagues not to be playing.
Yeah, unusual, but I think because the 27th was the Saturday, they've just decided to stick with that, have they?
So what, steak pie yesterday, it was the day before. I can't remember what day it is now.
Can't go wrong with steak pie, Rondo.
Nobody cares what day, I can't know what day it is, because you're here.
It's definitely Sunday.
Date is always the weird day at this point. But
Yeah.
And that was it. That was pretty chilled. It was pretty relaxed. It was fine. It was good. And then got tonsillitis yesterday, so good times. And Claire's got a broken toe, but she'll
Probably got it for the turkey, eh?
she'll tell us a broken foot. It's been hilarity in this house.
It's badly bruised. I'll say that much.
Yeah, I mean, you may as well say it loud. It's probably not broken. Just tell her.
Badly bruised. I don't know. I'm not. There may be 4 of them, but none of them are X-rays. But I can tell you it's badly bruised.
My fault there. But, so that was that. That was the day. It was pretty chilled, pretty relaxed. It was good times.
Yeah. Glad it's over.
But it's quite weird this year because Mum and Dad's not here. They're on holiday, so it's.
So you're jealous?
A wee bit.
Big time.
Worked Christmas Eve. That was our fine, and it was a fine time. But Mum and that were by the pool Christmas Day, and I went out for their tea at night in Hud. Funnily enough, Turkey.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Jeez,
They had the full trimmings. No, to the same as us, but it was the usual gear was on that plate.
Well, fair dues. I just think turkey's rather bland and boring and shite, so why suffer?
Kind of talk like it was your choice either. Just,
I wouldn't you know what, it wasn't my choice, but I wouldn't have thanked you for turkey.
so then, turkey sandwiches at the left show all round. That's what we're just going to carve up turkeys on the stage.
Can't I wait?
That's what we're doing.
Can't I wait?
And watch you force feed Paul it. So
On about the live show, what about the game the day after? Been shifted.
Fucking hell.
Saturday night, 8 p.m. So does that put your other joke?
I'm not working that weekend.
Well, unbelievable, eh?
It was on the week there was to mention, but 8 p.m. kickoff on a Saturday.
Yeah, it's different. I don't know if I'm happy about it or no. It's different, no?
There's boys going to the left show that'll just keep drinking right enough.
Probably, yeah. There's boys going to live show that have just started drinking for the show, I would imagine.
Yeah, I know it's this new thing. I know Doon South's been doing it for a little while.
Yeah. I think that'll be the latest kick-off I've ever been to on a Saturday.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Gotta be.
100%.
Comfortably.
Yeah. I get it. I see it. But just when it's your own team, I'm like,
Yeah.
could not mute that.
Yeah.
So no, I'll be open that weekend because not rushing about that mad. Because by the time you get finished, you're 10.
You'd be lit.
I'd be there pretty much still in my United tracky.
Yeah.
I'm a gilet, so
Probably pool. Just say you're Will Ferry. McDonald's wrapper hanging out your pocket, you'll be fine.
so
magnet.
Yeah, that's a bit of a pain in the hoop, but that is what it is. We get 3 points, and
I hear they could play at midnight if we get 3 points.
Correct.
I'm no kidding.
if your mate turns up and gets battered in the middle of the park, it'll be even better.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Rattled. Hope somebody bought you a rattle for Christmas. You absolutely will.
I've already threw it at the front.
Contracts. Let's mention this. This come up in the papers this week.
Mm-hmm.
So Ross Graham, Victor Chevet and Christian Chapmanowski all have club-held options to extend by a further season, while Dave Richards, Ryan Strain and Craig Sibbald are out of contract in the summer. Your thoughts on those 6?
Thoughts in as much as who I would keep and who I wouldn't.
Just in general, your general thoughts on
Yeah.
the situation.
I would fully expect the club to take up the options on Ross Graham and Vichko.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure about Trapanovsky.
Yep.
And the ones that are out of contract, me personally, I would want the club to tie up Craig Sibbald again. And I'm not sold on Dave or Ryan Strain.
Okay.
Moving forward.
I think one thing that's hurt Ryan Strain is
Injuries. But we
imagine that, an injury hurting you.
But we knew that before we signed him. He was injury prone.
So I think that's if he got a run, because I think when you've seen him recently, he's been really good. Like he's probably went under the radar for the job that he's done. But I would agree. I think if he comes back for the derby, which is the hope, and he can get a run, I see it because I don't know. I want to see Lucas Stevenson in the midfield. I don't mind him a right wing back.
Yeah, but he's no long term. He's not a long term option for us. He will be away in the summer anyway.
Exactly. But Dario Namo's come in, and again, if he can keep himself fit, I've got absolutely no worries.
Yeah, same.
But I think there'll be a lot to depend on between now and then. And I think obviously we'll mention it anyway, but we have mentioned it. Like a goalkeeper's got to be on the January sales
Top of the list.
And I think that in general, not just recently or past games.
No. I think. Well, certainly from the Falkirk game, when the Kucherenko's troubles were laid bare for all to see, I think at that point, I hope certainly people within the club are thinking, right, we need to sort the goalkeeping situation. It's a must.
Yeah, and I think it needs to be done. I think there's just been one too many of these kind of errors happening that.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think we've seen it before. We've said it before, like a good goalkeeper, and I'll throw Benji Siegrist at you, that season that he had with us when he was absolutely immense, he won us a lot of points. But a goalkeeper that's maybe not so good will cost you points. And that's what we've seen this season.
Yeah, and I think that that disappointing thing of yesterday, we'll get into the match yesterday, of course, but when it's like that if that doesn't happen, you win the game. I know it's easy to say that, but it's ultimately there. It's if a keeper has an error and you're already 3-0 down, you're already 3-0 down. But when it comes to actual crucial moments in games, doesn't need us to tell him should have done better. He'll ken,
of course,
should have done better.
Of course, in the moment he would have known.
Yeah,
we'll get there. What about your take on the contracts then? Who are you?
Yeah, I think Ross Graham and Vichko, even though if Vichko's had a bit of a slow start, I think he's come back into the player we know he was or has been last year, so I expect they two to be, you're not announcing Ross Graham as your captain and then no thinking of tying him up, let's be honest. I mean, I'm going to be against a new deal for a few years there, obviously, but I think that has to happen. Trapmanovsky, I would be surprised if we took that up, unless they obviously got a sniff of club circling. You might do it to generate, you might be able to get some sort of fee, possibly. And Sibbald, I mean, even as he gets older, I generally think he might be getting better, because I know as a young kid, really talented, plays a 10, and plays a bit of an 8, could play a 6, could plays a double 10, I don't know. But he is a player that has got this different kind of role for the kid Craig Sibbald that broke through, and I wouldn't certainly be against him being there. And again,
I think he's excellent.
I do wonder if at the start of the season there was a question mark over his future in terms of, look, you're not going to be a first choice here, but the option is to win your place.
Yeah.
And he's done that. Did he maybe come in a game, I can't think off the top of my head, that maybe forced him to be played? Maybe he did, but he's not what we're doing. Yeah, he's in goal the season, a goal of the month competition at one point, and I just think, and again, yesterday you saw the two of them were excellent yesterday.
Yeah.
So I would be surprised at that. Ryan Strain again, I think the injuries haven't helped him. He's had a couple of, I mind watching him in his first game in the back heel, and his hammy goes, and I went, this is not a great start here.
No, and that was a bad injury. That wasn't like good for a week or two. He had to get surgery on that.
Didn't see him to November.
Exactly, yeah. So he's just,
there's a bit of that, and again, I no, it would be harsh on Dave Richards, but I think it's obviously seen the bigger picture on Kucherenko's still there at the minute, but also Rory Adams.
Yeah.
Is he? Do you still want him out playing, or do you want him as a serious number 2? There's that question. And ultimately now, Rory will probably go back out on loan in January. I would think. But it also depends on these moving pieces of what happens. Does another goalie come in? Does one leave? He'll need to hang about initially, but next season, is it a case he can be the number 2? But
do you want a young, untested goalkeeper as your number 2? I would say no.
I get he's untested at this level,
yeah,
but I certainly don't get he's untested in terms of a career.
No, but I would say no, just because he needs to go out and he needs to play. He needs to earn his stripes. I would rather have somebody like a Dave Richards as a backup, because at least he's got experience at that top level. He can be relied upon in the main, albeit last night there was an error, but I don't think it serves anybody very well if you've got like an established number 1, and if you're hoping that he doesn't get injured, because if he does, then you've got a guy that, albeit he's got a decent pedigree on paper, because he's went out and he's played 100 games on loan, but he's never really been tested at that top level. I would rather that he was still getting it more and more experience, and somebody behind, like what was it that said it to us? It wasn't Nasib, it was Guido. It was Guido. He was like, it's all right for an older boy that's a goalkeeper to be sitting on the bench, because he's kind of been there, he's done it, he kens what to expect. But you want young goalkeepers to be playing, because that's how you get the experience. And you can maybe make an argument that that's the case for every position on the park, but certainly goalkeeper, as we know all too well, is an incredibly important position in a team.
Yeah, 100%. So I think that's, again, there's a lot of moving pieces there in terms of, bringing in another goalie, gives you 4 goalies at the minute type thing. So it'll be interesting to see what happens on them. And then again, you need an eye on next year already. Who's going at that final year?
Yeah.
What are you doing with the loans? What are you doing with Crestes? You've got an option. Dolchik, you've got an option. What else is on loan? Luca,
he'll not be back.
Papo, who would be... It'd be great to see him just kick a bar again for the last couple of months of the season.
We were on about Craig Sibbald a couple of minutes ago. He has possibly benefited from Papo's injury.
Yeah.
Because I think at the start of the season, when Goodwin is assembling that squad, in his mind, we all know he likes that 3-4-3, which sometimes works, sometimes is a disaster. But I think in his mind, he was thinking Kamara and Papo. And even Vichko, he might have had to drop out as well.
Oh, he did at the start, didn't he?
He did, yeah. He did, and then he had to go right back.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think he's benefited from that. But he seized the opportunity. I don't think he's let anybody do.
No, and that's what I'm saying. I'm saying, what else was on loan? I'm trying to think what else was on loan. Fatah and Max.
Yeah.
Sorry,
yeah. And I can't see them coming back either.
No?
Fatah, he's too good. Max, no.
Go with the two wee options.
Kerestes, you could convince me to sign him.
I would.
Dolchik, not for me.
I would 100% be looking to get Kerestes signed up.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why. In my opinion.
Yeah.
You are, on paper, looking at a 6'3", left-footed, left-sided centre-half.
Goal scorer.
Who is comfortable with the ball at his feet.
Yeah.
Can cause havoc in their box. Knows a conventional header or a bar, as in the finish. Can defend well, can come out with the bar, can break play up. And I just think you get him a year or two down the line, that's fucking printing money at the Championship down in England. It really is. Because they profiles, there's no many of them about. And again, goes back to how good a job Ross Goodwin has did to go and Jim says, and what gorgeous Jim says, right? Namesake. This is the profile, Martin. You crack on and do your job. I'm assuming there's more to this conversation, but I think that's where it goes. He then says, no problem, gorgeous one. I'll see you in a week. In a week's time, he says, there's 3 players that I like. What do you think? And this is what we're talking. And so for me, again, if Dolchik had signed whenever it was,
maybe would have complained.
Well, we wouldn't have complained. No, we wouldn't have. No. Right? And he's fell off a cliff.
Yeah.
Crestes has had bad games. Defensive do. But he has absolutely had more good games than bad games.
Yeah.
He's just the type of player, I tell you last week, he was a left winger, we said that. Imagine that running at you. But I still think that now. You see him going through in the midfield and whatever. So for me, if it was down to the two of them, he would be then for me, 100%.
Yeah, same.
I think he's got a more sellable set of attributes and stats that'll back it up than Dolchik. Dolchik, a couple of months ago, 100% he was top goal scorer in the league.
But so the frustrating thing for me is that Dolchik showed everyone what he is capable of.
Yeah.
Where has it went?
Yeah.
Is it confidence? Is it because he's in and out of the team? He's not getting a look in. He can't be happy. And is it just? It's just disappeared. Does he need the perfect environment to get the best out of him? When he's thrown into a game, and again we will eventually get to the Aberdeen game. When he comes on, once again I didn't see him busting a gut in a situation that requires boys to bust a gut.
And I think this is the big problem. I've spent probably the last couple of games on the gantry, the home games, and you can hear it being shouted for the sidelines, him being shouted at to effectively move his ass.
You shouldn't have to shout that though.
No, you shouldn't.
You shouldn't.
The first, it's like anything, you cannot, effort and gain 100% are the first qualities you need, regardless of.
It's hard to train that. You've either got it or you didn't.
You've either got it in there to go and, come on, I'm just going to bust a gut to get here. And you look at Isaac Sarsfield, we'll chase down Baz. He probably chase Baz, he's no meant to, but we'll give everything. You see it, there's obviously been incidents and we've conceded goals and it's like, but look where Will Ferry is. But Will Ferry's just bursted his arse to get up there. Yeah. He's then trying to do it getting back. It's just in doggies. And then on the other side, I'll just say a wee saunter back, and it's like you need,
it's frustrating, and you feel it in the ground, you feel it within the fans.
So that would surprise me, and it wouldn't, because of all the other chats. But Tannadice Test for me, 100%. I probably thought that a couple of months back. I think he's really slotted in. And again, before we get into it, because like you said, but well, again, he shows yesterday the type of player that he can be and what he brings to the team. So for me, that would be where I would certainly be.
Yeah, I think the things I think the things that he's not done well this season, I would like to believe that they're coachable, like switching off.
100%. Yeah.
Just and the goal at St Mirren sticks in my mind for that. Like just
and I think the big thing as well is they come in a new environment as well, different kind of football, and I totally get that. And it does take time, but I think that he was thrown in and worked on it, and it was just these wee instances that, as we've always said, especially as a keeper, as it was seen yesterday, keeper makes a mistake, it tends to lead to a goal. Defence, it's no so much. Like Bert got halfway in yesterday, right? But that can happen, and I think that's these wee things when Christian switches off, we can see the goal and stuff like that. But I think in general, he's scored important goals. He's put himself a bit, and I just think he's got that profile of player that he's not in our own. We're not screaming and shouting about being in our own.
That's how he gets again.
But then he's someone that you come in, spend whatever the fee is, nominal fee, you could then turn into the profit, the business model that you're looking for.
That is their model, isn't it?
100%, yeah. So that's where we are on them for me, certainly.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Well, we will find out in the fullness of time, Rondo.
Yeah. Up to Batodry for it was late, but a 5:45 kick-off for a Saturday night. 3 and 4 changes after the draw at Hibs. Yuvo back in after return to fitness. S-Link and Namo in as well for Graham Strain. Lucas suspended. And Kucherenko back on the bench.
Yeah. Why we need 2 goalkeepers on the bench, I don't know.
Filled the spots, didn't it? Filled the 9.
Yeah, I suppose the surprise to me was Yuri coming back in for Big Sam. I thought Sam might get his chance, and I know it's not going to go down very well that he didn't get his chance. And at the time, I wasn't overly delighted about it either, because I don't know what he's got to do to keep the jersey or to merit a start or whatever. But like fast forward 90 minutes, Yuri was excellent. So that's not a go at Yuri at all. But when somebody's got the jersey and they didn't do anything wrong really, and they're just not getting a sniff, I don't know what more or what you can do to keep that jersey when you're Sam. I really don't.
Yeah. I said
when the team come out, I thought people are going to be pissed off at this, and I didn't see online, but I'm assuming that some were pissed off.
Yeah. And I thought one of the ones I said to somebody, I can't even mind what it was. I said, Yuri's going to need to score the winner tonight, I tell you. To get, and again, no against him, like nothing against him.
Yuri was excellent,
but he was, and he had to be. You know, it was going to be one of them that he had to be. And it's that again. It's going back to the back three that's played most of the season.
Yeah,
it's that is what it's been for the majority of it. Obviously, last week was crazy with I mean, we've played 3 or 4 different back threes last week.
Yeah,
total one-off as it was. So yeah, it was. It just shows that when you look at the team and you look at the bench again. I mean, we thought we were out of these injuries, but we've kind of not forgot about Papo. I don't want to say that, but we are talking players that we know are out for a week or 2 here. But I mean, yesterday, Ken Lucas suspended, Pan still out, Graham out, Strain out. I mean, Christian coming back in was a bit of a bonus. Because again, if he's still out and Yuri's still out, I mean, you are going to try and put that in a back three.
Well, you would have had Sam. You would have had Vichko probably, yeah.
One person playing out of position. It's so we were probably good in the terms of got some numbers back. We jumping ahead, but it looks like Strain and Graham should be in for the derby. I wouldn't be risking them doing it at the plastic pitch on Tuesday, certainly.
Yeah.
But Luca will be back, and Pan Kamara might be back.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Which would be a boost. But yeah, I think that when the team come out, I was massively surprised. Probably not. for how it was named. It was good to see Namo, and the hope was obviously he can really kick on, because he's another one that's been hit by injuries. He is our player obviously now.
But he's done all right any time we've seen him.
Yeah, I thought again yesterday. I thought he was really good. I thought the right side was really good yesterday. But yeah, I never seen anything. I never actually looked, but I'm assuming with the team coming out there would be a lot. And again, it's a player that's come through the academy. It's a player we've mentioned an awful lot.
Yeah, and I do find it hard to separate that, because I want so much for him to do well, for him to be given a chance, because I believe that he can. But ultimately, like, I didn't see him every day in training. Jim Goodwin does. But it just feels like the sample size that we saw as fans, having watched some at the end of last season, and then like the fleeting glimpse that we've seen of him this season, he does look like a player. And I'll go back to it, when we were struggling defensively, boys were still keeping their place, when I didn't feel like they were meriting keeping their place, because at one point or other during the season, Yuri has been out of form, Curtis Dest's been out of form, and Bert's been out of form, and they all still managed to keep their place somehow, some way. And when they didn't, it was still never Sam that was brought in. So that's where my frustration comes from. I didn't see he's not gotten any better this season by sitting on the bench and watching it. He's, in my opinion, you've wasted it. They should have, if they were going to do what they've done, and I will caveat that by saying numbers are fucking slim on the ground most of the season, but for his personal development and that of like starting as well, kind of throw him into the same bracket, and Scotty Constable maybe a wee bit lesser, so he's slightly younger, I think. These boys they've not got any better this season. They've played more for Scotland than they have for United. And when you're looking at purely their development, well, it's stalled.
Well, it's like you say, get them playing. Get them out.
They've got to. They've got to.
But again,
but I would have said that in the summer round, though, and we just haven't it.
We do, like you say, you do mention the number. I think the unfortunate one, especially with Sam, is defensively numbers have been short. But
because of Ross Graham's injury,
Owen Sturton went out on a co-op agreement that you could have pulled him, probably.
Owen Sturton would be getting minutes in my team just now if I'm Dundee United manager. But he's not going to get minutes in this team under Goodwin, it doesn't seem. So get him on loan. Get him on loan.
Yeah, get him on the co-op agreement.
Just get him on something, but he's got to play.
Get him on something.
He's got to play. Like, none of them are getting any better watching United play.
No.
None of them.
No. But yeah, I would imagine it was the same as I said yesterday. Was it a joyful experience getting into the ground last night?
That's made the good, bad and ugly round up.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. But what I'll say is, it was a complete nonsense. I don't know what they're trying to achieve by checking you 3 times at 4 different potential checkpoints. I don't understand that, but we'll get there.
Like airport security.
Madness. Madness.
Wow. Going into the game, Aberdeen dominated possession pretty early on.
Yeah.
Didn't really create anything.
No, but and certainly the first half, I mean, you could fast forward through pretty much most of it. When we've scored our goal, Abdi was obviously ecstatic, but we were all looking around after the dust had settled, saying, how on earth are we 1-0 up in this game? Because it just seemed that we were content just to try and pick them off. Going forward, we had nothing. I don't think we had anything going forward until they've made that mistake. But to take a positive for it, like defensively, I thought we were solid. As you say, Aberdeen might have had loads of the bar. They didn't really look like doing anything. They had one shot that I can remember. For distance that looked comfortable, and I haven't seen it back. But Dave gets it in the bar and pushes it out wide.
Well, he has Armstrong shoots right down the throat, and he has.
So you're not on that.
Yeah, he pushes wide as for Ashish. Yeah, that's it. That is it for the bar.
Yeah,
that was it.
Yeah,
No,
we were defending well, but it just seemed to be that's all that we were interested in doing, defending.
And then Amar Fatah went, I'll fucking hit that bar, Mikey. You just could sit on your arts.
Yeah, surprised the ref didn't give a foul. It was never a foul, but I was just surprised that the ref didn't give a foul.
I'll get to that. I'll give you this quote first, right? This was before the goal. To quote Scott Simpson on DUTV, the collapsible legs of Graham Shinney.
Yeah.
that just flow through their team.
Devlin does it as well. They all do it. Everybody does it nowadays. Rondo.
See ya.
Everybody does it.
Unbelievable.
It's the Ralston, I call it. They all fucking do it, and it pisses me off.
Yeah.
Because it's so obvious that when that happens, that's no a foul to me. I don't know why refs are falling for
There's
it every
absolutely
time.
nothing in that in be Devlin.
No, it's not. If anything, he kicks for ta.
And off he goes.
Off he went, and that's exactly, as a United fan, where we want him to have possession. Running at the boy's a big ham at the back, and
He saw Jack Milne doing it now.
exactly, he doesn't even do anything that fancy. Like, I thought at the time he stepped to her, but when I've watched the goal back, there's no step there. He just knocks it past, and there's just he kind of knocks it past him, and then he takes another wee touch that knocks it maybe about a yard in front, and he just passes it real quickly past the keeper.
Keep it
Brilliant
there.
goal. I think he's had it that quick. Because, as I say, it's that wee touch just before he shot. Like, I think the keeper's probably expecting him not to shoot when he has.
Yeah.
But he's just stabbed it home, and I could see why you're saying that, because it looks like it's not that far away for the keeper. And kind
Doesn't look like he's got a little pace on either.
nah, but he's just passed it in, and it's
Class.
get it up him basically. That's what I was thinking about Mito at that point.
Yeah.
Great goal. Couldn't believe we were 1-0 up. But I was happy as Larry.
Yeah. Aberdeen, the first half, had 77% possession. But here's some XG for you. 0.19
For them.
for them.
Yeah, because they didn't really threaten.
The
Neither did we. But
one thing that I'm clearly a big fan of is just giving the opposition loads of corners. Just 8 in the first half, but we dealt with every one of them.
And I think that's why we were fairly comfortable in doing that. And I'll tell you what, some of the corners for Armstrong were stinking.
Gray, brilliant, wasn't it?
He was getting a
He was
bra
getting booed.
He was getting booed.
That's better.
There was, I was speaking to Chris at half time. He was like, "Were you booing Armstrong?" I was like, "Chris, I tend not to boo many boys, to be honest. You hate to be at the level.
Too high of the highs.
You hate to be a level of arsehole for me to boo you." I wasn't booing him. He was like, "Oh, but can't I be booing him?" I was like, "See if he scores 2 in the second half and we get about 2-1. We'll have the same conversation after the game, okay?"
And he'll be getting booed.
But he
His
was
windies might get bad.
but he was getting pelters for United fans. But that's the way it goes. You've got to expect that.
But at half time, it was very much, they've got loads of ball, loads of this, that, and the
Yeah.
next thing. But they actually didn't do any. I'm not saying we did, but they done nothing.
No, they didn't. But from my point of view, I didn't think we were up to much. It just looked like we had went there to defend for our lives. And at that point, it was working. So as much as...
And again, I see what you're saying, but I'm not sure we defended for our lives. I don't think they had to. We were just solid.
But,
we weren't mean to put
no, we were solid.
bodies on the line.
But that looked like what the game plan was, just be solid at the back. And if we can get anywhere near their goal, try and take a chance. Like I thought we might disagree, and well, I'm not saying that we will definitely disagree, but just on what we both watched yesterday, because at the game, the general opinion was that was louping in the first half. Louping to watch as a spectacle when boys have travelled an hour up the road and paid 30 quid or whatever it was for a ticket, and just to see your team basically defend the whole half, inviting pressure on. And as a United fan, even though I could sit here today and say, well, we did defend pretty solidly, and if it wasn't for an error, but in the moment I just kept thinking, if we keep inviting them on us, something's going to happen. Like, there's going to be a deflection, there's going to be a decision, any of these tricky players of theirs is going to go down in the box or something. But I didn't think it was a great spectacle for us first half.
No, I didn't think it was, but I was not exactly impressed by them.
No, not at all. And I was delighted that we were 1-0 up. So didn't get us wrong. Like, I'm the most fickle of fickle football fans, but I wanted a wee bit more.
Second half, they come out and sort of went for it, but I actually thought we were well in the game this second half.
Yeah, it was a more open game.
Went past half line.
We had more chances. Late in the first half, I thought Waters was knackered. And I was saying that to Lee. I was like, he's knackered, or he's injured, or he's tired, or whatever, just because he was basically achieving nothing,
doing doggies.
essentially, but doing doggies, yeah. And I would have took him off. I'd have took him off probably at half time. And he came out. And I thought at the start of the second half, he was miles off it. The only time he had a burst at anything looking like it was going to be positive was right before he got subbed off, which was, 65 minutes or something. It felt like we were inviting them on again at times, but at least for some reason in the second half we seemed to have a wee bit more on the break, and I think that's because they were pushing on because they were trying to get back into the game, and there was more gaps at the back. And then there was one where Sapsford, I think it's Waters, plays him in. Sapsford breaks through, and I think he maybe tries to get it with the outside of his boot.
Yeah.
And he gets it with the inside of his boot, and it just comes to nothing. He just made an error, so I suppose in the end. But
In the first half, when the boy had the shot, did you nearly get hit yet? Then they went out for a throw-in.
no, but I can remember that shot. That was Loupin. That was Loupin for the boy.
Yes. I wasn't impressed with their wingers, eh? They talk a lot about them, but
Yeah.
they didn't do nothing.
No, they're the sort of guys that get the ball at their feet and they face up to the defender and they move a lot and they do whatever they do with their feet, but they don't actually achieve anything.
Because I ken the boy Keskin and the paid obviously a lot of dough for them, but the boy Carlson's a boy that's
He's on, was it Bologna?
they paid like 10 million for him. Nah.
No, I mean if there's a boy worth 10 million on the pitch against United, I'm expecting him to be the best man on the park by a mile.
Nah.
And
I want to say he did score, but
we gifted it on a plate. It was a Christmas gift.
it was. Yeah, Dave was still feeling very festive.
Yes, he wasn't a half.
Yeah. He can't shoot. They better.
We should do better.
Because he marked a really good save for Sherry before that.
Yeah, but we should do better, and that was where some of my annoyance in the first half comes from, because is it the boy Oshish again that takes the shot?
Yep.
So he picks the ball up in his own half, and we back off and back off and back off. He gets to the edge of our box, and he's allowed a shot. Now it was a shitey shot. Dave should have threw his hat on it. He should have smothered it or pushed it out wide. He doesn't. But I suppose if you want a portion a wee bit of blame elsewhere, then you've got to say, like, why are we as a team backing off him all that way? Is it because we fancied our chances?
Fucking modern football, man.
I know.
Nobody comes out and smashes MD enemy.
I don't want him smashed. Just challenge him, make him do something. We made him do nothing, and then he's basically moseyed on up to the box, cut inside, and had a shot that we should do a lot better with. Now credit to the boy Carlson because he's the quickest to react. But it's a goal that we should never concede. Yet again, for the umpteenth time this season, we've sold the jerseys with that. And yeah, as you've said, Dave doesn't need reminded, but ultimately it's his. In the main, it's his error because that's where it's come from. But as a team, I didn't like the fact that we just backed off the boy for 50 yards and allowed him to hit a shot.
Yeah. We tried to create something after it. The changes then happened, but we just never. No one really clicked at that. Sybil had in over the bar.
Yeah.
I think they brought on Bililovic. They had a shot wide as well. It was kind of petering away.
Yeah. We looked at our most threatening for throw-ins. They couldn't cope with the long throw-ins. They could not cope with them.
Yeah.
And it feels like, I mean, ultimately it's a part of the game of football, and again we got criticised for it last season, but I would like to see we create a wee bit more out with a fucking long throw-in. But that yesterday was looking like that was going to be our best shot to get something out of it, because for once we were actually winning them when we were throwing them into the box. Yeah. And they always seem to fall on the ground, and there was a bit of a stooshy as to what.
There was a couple of chances that was blocked. Namo had in the boy Milne had two. The boy Milne had two blocks within about 2 minutes. Again, they're not on target, but they're
Sybil's shot blazed over the bar. That comes for a long throw that's eventually found its way to Sybil.
Yeah, and I think it's one of them. I thought, it's a bit of a weapon, but again, it was causing a bit. It's how the defence deal with them.
I want that weapon to supplement other potential ways of attacking the opposition. No, I don't want that to be our main source of attacking. Yeah,
but certainly, like I say, there was a couple of chances that were not clear, because they'll no go down on the numbers, but like I say, when the boy Milne's blocking them and they've come for there was a couple of things, but it just felt like it was petering out as a contest.
I haven't seen it back. Vichko getting smashed in the back for the boy. It's got to be a booking.
It's got to be a booking, because then we just get a boy booked for it.
It happens right in front of the ref.
Yeah. No.
I was losing my shit, and I think a lot of people didn't see it, and I was like,
I think he realised he matched an arse with it.
Yeah.
Because when the bar moves up, he then pulls it back when he now shouldn't have. Like, if he's playing play on, it's not a head knock.
Yeah.
I wonder if he thought, I've actually made an arse of that.
Yeah.
But still, the boy doesn't get booked, and he should.
He didn't even get spoke to, because it was Carlson. Because I was watching him, and he fucked off way up the left-hand side, and I thought the ref's not even went near that. I'm not even sure the ref kens what it was.
Yeah, that's a booking. Like that,
I thought
because
so. I thought Vichko milked it a bit, but I haven't seen it back.
he still gets run in the back. It's
course
still
he
a
does.
foul.
Of course he does.
Somebody gets booked for the same thing. That's less contact for us. Obviously, we get a boy booked for it, and it's just like nah, not a good refereeing performance either.
No.
Again, for another official.
No, and so again at the time, I didn't see the clock, so I didn't know exactly how long had been played, how long it was left.
Yeah.
But obviously, we cleared the bar. We then get a throw in, and you're thinking, right, this is going to be the last chance.
Yeah.
Long throw into the box, and he blows the whistle, and you're like, oh, prick. And I seen Veach go in and go. I'm saying, you can't do that. And I just thought, that's just sour grapes because we're on the attack.
Yeah.
We've got a good opportunity. I didn't appreciate he blew the whistle about a minute and a half too soon.
Oh, time was up on DUTV.
Time was up
94 on DUT, because Scott Simpson says, I don't think you'll not get
Right,
timed.
okay.
Now, I might have just put words in Scott Simpson's mouth there, but I'm positive he says, I don't think he'll get time to tap this.
Yeah, well, he didn't.
And somebody else said, I think it might have been an Aberdeen fan, the clock in the stadium was right. It was 94.
Yeah.
So I generally didn't, because the BBC say that, and so, one of the TV must have had it wrong, but I was, because I didn't see, at the time, I'm positive he said that, but you weren't the only one to mention it. But
yeah.
somebody says, but I think their clock, is it no?
It's beside so the one that I eventually noticed about 80 minutes in, it's right beside Aberdeen's dugout. But their arsehole
It's low,
subbies,
isn't it?
their arsehole subbies are standing in front of us, so you can't really see it.
So it'd be interesting to see it back.
They've maybe got one on their big scoreboard, but you can't see that.
Positive Scott Simpson says that.
He might have done. As I say, like at
But
the
again,
time,
if we launch it in,
it's a problem for them.
oh
Yeah, and it's literally going to be the last act of the game.
yes, yep.
But,
So I don't. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah.
Like, it has obviously been mentioned, but it's not been. I don't think it's been much of a bigger thing in any of like the other reports I've seen. Like BBC mentioned it in the live reporting, but like Sky Sports, I don't think mentioned that, or when I was hunting round just to see if I'd missed anything.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
No.
But again, you never know, because like you say, that we're causing a bit of chaos.
Yeah, we were. I suppose like when we've made the changes, we looked less dangerous yet again when Moller and Dolchik's come on, which is a problem. And Trabanovsky, I suppose he came on as well towards the end, so our whole forward line was changed by the end of the game. But yeah, the never seems to be anything positive comes for the changes the last few weeks. It seems to take a bit of sting out our tail. And again, we about 10 minutes left. I felt like we had settled for the draw, which, what is that, 10 draws or something this season now? It's that's going to cost us top six. Like
Fair result overall yesterday.
It probably was a fair result, yeah. But it doesn't make it any better. Like Aberdeen will be kicking themselves at the goal that they lost. Get it up them. I don't really care about them. But we're absolutely.
So we though.
That's what I was waiting to say. We're absolutely thinking, what if? Again, what if our keeper just had held it or pushed out for a corner or a throw or something? But he didn't.
Yeah. United have lost 15 points for winning positions this season, more than any other team. 5 unbeaten against Aberdeen, 3 points off top 6. Not lost in 7 games when scoring first. But like you say, it's 1-1 in 10.
Yeah.
But it's 6 draws, and they're the draw specialists.
Yeah. And I think, when we get towards the end of the games, I think that we're settling. I think we're settling for these draws.
As a point away for him, that bad a result.
No. But it wasn't a great watch. No. I'll say that much. It really wasn't a great watch. No. And I can that they weren't great, but I don't really care about them. Like I just felt like we didn't really offer that much going forward. We're just not getting a tune out the team going forward too often just now. Defensively though, we're looking a lot better. I will say that much. We're looking a lot better, and I must have said it about 14 times during the game. Vichko was outstanding yesterday. It was like he was back to his best. And I do wonder if that's because Stevenson and Kamara weren't there, and he was he had to do what he had to do rather than he's a partner of any of these guys when they're in the team.
And also being a bit of a pest, which also helps.
But he was absolutely, he seemed to be everywhere. Like, if they were ever on the attack and it was getting cut out, it was him that was cutting it out. He was just phenomenal yesterday.
Yeah, no, it was. It's any of the games that, although we're in a better run, but we've seen it. I mean, we're 2-0 up there, mind. We drew 2-all.
Mm-hmm.
It was about
and we got lucky at the end. We could have got bit.
It was a pure kick in the balls for it. But ultimately, probably a fair result on it. And again, I think I've always said a point away from him is never a bad result. But
no, and
when we're drawing so many games,
yeah, it's just frustrating. It's going to cost us top 6. We've only won 4 games out of 19, Rondo. Dundee have won 4 games out of 19.
Yeah,
that's not great.
No, could be worse.
It could be worse, of course it could, but it could be a damn sight better as well.
Man of the match,
Vichko, by a mile.
Yeah, I thought he was, like you say, I think he was.
Who got it on TV?
Pass. I was on DUTV. I was in the Valencia.
Did they dish out man of the match? No.
Yeah, well, didn't they yesterday anyway? Might normally, but certainly didn't.
Yeah, Vichko for me. Thought he was brilliant.
I've got a listener question for you.
Oh dear.
Unnamed.
Okay, right.
Genuine question and some thoughts for you both. How many chances have we conceded versus Motherwell, Hibs and Aberdeen?
And do you have the answer to this?
I don't have an answer, but I have a written explanation. So
how many chances?
As in just in general chat form, no number, but in general chat form.
I would hate to say no that many.
I would agree.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of saves that Dave's had to make. There's not that many.
No.
We've not had a lot of the ball. We've maybe been under the cosh at times, but like chances, no. I think defensively we've been a lot more sound.
Yeah. Is it a case of the manager going back to basics?
100%,
and especially
and he had to
defensive.
And he had to do that a couple of weeks ago. Like we sat here and said pretty much that it's going to. Moving forward, it's probably not going to be that bonny on the eye, but we hate to rectify the defensive frailties that we've got. And in the main, like, he has done that. But we're obviously yesterday, the goalkeeper error, that's not been fixed yet, but that's not something that you can fix without a personnel change, quite possibly.
Yeah, I think that obviously it's how open we were, you know, in terms of that midfield too, whereas yesterday, I thought they battled and were hustling and whatever. Whereas we've seen games that's just bypassed the midfield.
Yeah.
You know? And he undefeated in 4, beat Celtic, little given away against Motherwell, Hibs and Aberdeen. And it's, I mean, I think what you said before, some fans just don't like him.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
You know.
And never will.
Yeah, 100%.
And we just all need to accept that.
And I think that the big thing is also when you look down the amount of draws and it's turning them. I mean, for me, it's maybe the glass half full. I'm going, at least we never got bit. But there's some real questionable draws in there. You're going, how have we not won that game? Or we've been lucky maybe to get a point in some games. You know what I mean?
Mm. Yeah, but no, at times it's been really disappointing. Like there's no getting away from that.
Yeah,
some of it's understandable. But just like if I can just be honest, when I left the stadium last night, I was thinking very much that was pretty shit. But when you reflect on it, you're like, right, okay, an away draw is never bad, especially just now. I get the resources, that always gets brought up. Like Aberdeen have spent a shit ton of money, I understand that, but I would argue they've not exactly spent it well. That would be my caveat to that. And I would also say to you, well, Motherwell and Falkirk doesn't seem to have a big problem having a go at these teams, and they've probably got lesser budget than us, I would assume. But I'm only assuming, I didn't care enough.
Well, I'm not so sure about Motherwell these days, but Falkirk will.
Yeah, but like as a standalone result, no, 1-1 away to Pittodrie isn't a bad result, but it wasn't the greatest performance. But there's perhaps reasons for that.
Right, good, bad and ugly.
The good defensively, I thought we were very good yesterday, and a little further up the pitch, although not too far in truth, I thought Vichko put in his best performance of the season. The bad, it's unsurprising given that we've had to get back to basics a few weeks ago, as we've just mentioned, and it is winning points, but that was a tough watch yesterday, and there wasn't much to get excited about. And the ugly, Rondo, you've been waiting on this. Not really sure what Aberdeen think they are achieving by making fans go through 3 checkpoints before entering their midden of an away end, but that is exactly what they do. The first check, someone punches a hole in your ticket. The second check, you get patted down prison style and asked why you're concealing a recently won Stornoway black pudding down my trouser leg, which I was now. And then the third checkpoint is the actual turnstile. What a nonsense, Rondo.
Well, you got there. You got to see a magnificent 1-1 draw.
Thankfully, I made it through all their checkpoints.
Could have been turned away at the first.
That would have been a disaster.
Right, so 2 matches this week. Down to Livi on Tuesday, then our near neighbours come visiting for New Year.
Yeah.
Livi lost a 6-goal thriller at home to Celtic, 4-2. It was 2-all after 10 minutes. It was chaos. And Luca returns for suspension, and Pan Kamara could also appear. Positives there, if that's the case.
Yeah.
The negative, it's Livi away on that pitch.
Yeah. I'm not going. I'm not boycotting. I'm just not going. I'll not make it this time. And I'm just telling you. And I'm absolutely delighted that I'm not going there, to be honest with you. If there's a game that you're going to miss, Livi away is the game. For me, certainly.
Wow.
So, looking at the game itself, I think we've got to win. If we want to be getting into the top 6, we have to win that game. And that's not to say it's going to be easy. It's probably going to be yet another shite watch. But they've only won 1 home game all season. So as much as it's a shit pitch, it's not like they've got a great record on it.
Yep.
I think there's 5 teams that went there and beat them this year. So we have got to be looking to win that game if we are serious about getting top 6.
Yeah, and like I say, an absolute chaotic game yesterday. It was 2-all after 10 minutes. It was madness.
Yeah, I think that's more to do with the fact that Celtic have forgotten how to defend.
Yeah, it was
under the new manager. They're
wild.
good going forward, but they've forgotten how to defend.
Yeah, their only home win of the season came in August. They beat Falkirk 3-1.
Yeah,
be a Tuesday night down at Livingston. Yeah, I agree. I think we've got to win that.
Got to.
You know, just for our own sake as well. But given the record they've got down there, I know it's never had me hunting ground. And I know I do say a point of FM is not the worst result. We've done a few of them lately, so I think we should be turning that in a 3.
It wouldn't be the worst result, but it's a result that's going to tell me that we're not going to be in the top 6.
Yeah.
Like, we've got to go there and win. Like, they came to Tannadice and drew with us. We've got to go there and beat them. We've got to. It's as simple as that to me, Rondo. And again, I'm not saying it's going to be easy. It won't be easy. And I'll take a scrappy 1-0 or 2-1 or whatever it's going to have to be. But you just have to get the 3 points. Anyway, anyhow.
Yeah. A Jan Danda penalty claimed the points for Dundee against Falkirk. Simon Adebayor will miss out the derby due to his red card. He gets a 2-match ban.
Does he?
Mm-hmm.
There was chat about that last night. I wasn't sure if it was just a 1 or...
And if they appeal it, then I think they'll win that. So
no, they'll know. I saw it just before I came here. There's no chance for it.
2-match.
Yeah. But he's not been playing anyway. I think he
come off the bench
the last few games.
He just went, come up. So I'm out with this boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ross Graham and Ryan Strain aiming to be back in the squad for that as well.
Yeah. Obviously, you want as many guys fit as possible. Mm-hmm. I'll say again, it's another. We have to get 6 points this week.
Yes, I would agree.
We have to get 6 points. Livingston have won 1 game at home all season. Mm-hmm. We have to go there and we have to try and take the 3 points. And then when Dundee come calling, they haven't won any away games this season. We have got to try and take these 3 points. And we have to ensure that we take them.
Yeah.
We're going to be backed by a big United crowd. Hopefully that plays into our hands, because if we didn't make a good start like we did in the 4-2 derby last season, then they can turn. But ultimately, it's a case of 2 big games, and I know that we've done relatively well recently against teams that are in the top 6, but that's not been our issue this season. We've dropped points against teams that we shouldn't be dropping points against, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And neither of these 2 games are going to be easy. Certainly, Livi. It's fucking never easy doing there.
No.
And Dundee, you just don't know what you're going to get with them. Like, if you speak to any Dundee fans, they'll tell you that they're in the worst teams going. But they've won as many games as United have this season. And they're a few points behind us, albeit, but like, they have picked up the odd result that nobody sees coming. Like yesterday, they beat Falkirk, they've beat Celtic this season. So we can't be taking it for granted. But ultimately, I don't care how we'll get the job done. We just need to get the win in the derby. And that should be following on for 3 points during Livingston.
Yeah. Tuesday's fixture list: Dundee, Kilmarnock, Hibs, Aberdeen, Rangers, St Mirren and Motherwell, Celtic. And then on the 3rd, it's Celtic Rangers at 12:30. Falkirk, Aberdeen, Hearts, Livi, Kilmarnock, Hibs, Motherwell, St Mirren. And 2 games, I think, to make up fixtures on the 6th of January at Livingston, St Mirren, Rangers, Aberdeen. The table as it stands: Hearts are top on 41 points, Celtic 38, Rangers 32, Motherwell 30, Hibs 28, Aberdeen 25, Falkirk 24, United 22, St Mirren 18, Dundee 16, Killie 13 and Livingston on 9.
6 points, Rondo, or else I'll not be happy. And I'm rarely happy anyway when I come and speak about United.
Correct. Buy me a coffee this week then, Paul. What have we got?
We've got a few coffees this week, Rondo. John bought 2 coffees. Merry Christmas, you filthy animals. Thank you very much, John. Kev T bought a coffee. Merry Christmas, dafties. Cheeky bastard, Kev T. But thank you all the same. And Jason Esplin. Belated Merry Christmas, lads, and wishing you and all our fellow Arabs a happy and healthy New Year. All the best from Jason and We Aid. Jason bought 2 coffees. Was he at the game yesterday? Because he stays up there. That's Mark Reynolds' pal, is it?
He was at the game yesterday. His boss was nice enough to say, Jason, see for your wonderful work this year, or indeed, I ken you're a United fan. Here's 2 tickets to go to the Aberdeen United game at Christmas.
Ecstatic about that. Where was he sat?
Home end.
That's a disaster. That's a disaster.
Fair play to young Ed, though, who did celebrate when Fatah scored.
Rightly so. Rightly so.
I don't know if he quite said, get it up, yeah, but I hope he did. And if he doesn't, he's learnt a new phrase for next week.
Yeah, he should have.
But I appreciate the coffees.
Yes, we do. Always. Always.
Wall of kits this week, Paul, is, for those on YouTube, is this TFG made Telewest broadband player worn shirt from the
2001-2002 season. It looks like it's been worn more than once as well, Rondo. I will have to say that. I think these days they don't just wear them once.
I think so. There it is there. Look,
bunch of Scotland SPL.
Telewest on the broadband. I quite like the plain shirt.
I was playing. It feels it's a different kind of material, for some reason.
To maybe what you bought back in
No, it's exactly the same as the ends that would have purchased probably for the princely sum of about 35 quid. You're about double that now. Who is the player that was issued with this kit?
Why don't you spin it around and give us all a surprise?
Let's do it. Who have we got? The governor, Craig Easton.
Was that his nickname?
That's what I'm calling him.
All right, okay. That's news to me. Easton 7 on it.
Your wee Christmas present has collapsed.
Our Christmas present.
Sorry.
Craig Easton, if you top for there, I would agree. It's definitely been through the wash a couple of times. Look,
100%.
it's starting to fade.
Yeah.
But no, again, I've said it before. I quite like a plain top. I'm not going to lie. I'm a big fan of a plain tangerine, bit of black on it.
And think of the greats that have worn number 7 in world football. Raul, was he number 7?
I think so, probably scored a
CR7, was he number 7 at some point?
I mean, it's giveaway, I suppose. Yeah.
Craig Easton,
yeah. Yeah, Craig Easton.
What's your number 7 just now? Do we hear?
Travanowski.
So it is.
I think.
It is.
I did, because I put him in the lineup last week.
Paul McMullen, was he number 7?
We could go through.
We could go through a lot of number 7s, but none of them
we could
are as good as Craig Easton.
We could be going down rabbit holes here that we do not need to be down on a Sunday afternoon. It's time for the Tannadice Test.
Hey.
Round number 1 is player profile. Born December 13th. 1977, a 6-foot defender, was signed on June the 3rd, 2003 by Ian McCall and went on to make 144 appearances, scoring 7 goals.
Alan Archibald.
One of the first signings under McCall. Is that your thought process there?
No, I'm just thinking he's about ages with me, and I seen him on the TV yesterday because he's McInnes's assistant. I do remember him at Tannadice around about McCall's time.
Absolutely delighted for your mate Cammy Devlin yesterday. Delighted.
Same.
Correct.
Excellent.
Archibald.
Archibald.
Higher or lower is round number 2. A strong start. Come and make it 2 for 2. The Hansi, William Edgingelli, played 69 times for United. Did countryman Bernard Pasquale's appearances be higher or lower than 69?
Oh. Bernard.
You have to do it in a French accent.
Ho-he-ho.
Wow.
Apologies to the whole nation of France and half of Canada. Did he play more than 69 games for United?
The Hansi, William Edgingelli. I also remember that pink strip and William Edgingelli.
I'm torn here. I'm thinking he's either played 49 or 73. Bugger, I'm going to say lower.
Lower.
I'll say lower.
49, did you say?
For some reason.
Okay.
It's probably nowhere near it.
It is lower.
Oh,
57.
57. Okay.
2 for 2
There, well.
so far. Round number 3. What's the game? Who is the opponent? What's the score? And what is the season from the goal scorers? Okay. Dodds, Thompson, McSkimming, Olofsson.
Right. So, I think it'll be 3-1 United.
Dodds, Thompson, McSkimming, Olofsson.
McSkimming played for the D's, and he also played for Kelly, I think.
Billy Dodds plays for Beth.
Those play for Kelly.
He played for Dundee.
He played for Dundee, yeah, but no one Olofsson was there, I don't think. Did he? He might have done, actually. Right, anyway, Olofsson. So that would be 97, 98 season. Did I look at it? So I'll say it was 3-1 United. It was, that's putting us right off. 3-1 United against Kelly in 97, 98 season. Is there another thing I've got to answer?
What was that?
I think I'm wrong, but hey ho.
Score's correct.
3-1.
It was 3-1.
Okay.
The opponent was Dundee.
Dundee.
The season was 98-99.
Okay. 1 out of 3.
3 of 5 so far, though. It's pretty good.
No bad.
There's no schlong-shaped prize up for grabs this week, though.
Well,
Also played for Auxerre, Bournemouth, Lille, Lons, Le Havre, Walsall. And that is my attempt at pronouncing French teams. I will not be ho-he-hawing my way through that episode.
once again, apologies to the whole nation of France and half of Canada. Randomly, Gregory Vignal.
It is not. It's Roger Bowley.
Roger Bowley, he was shafted. We used to discuss this at length early in the podcast.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, shafted on his debut. Was it Mike McCurry? I think it was Mike McCurry.
Shock.
I'm going to double check.
He's shafted me right now, Championship manager. Eh? Every time I play Ibrox, can you believe it?
I can't believe that, yeah.
Good.
That's
Still,
how lifelike that game is.
Who am I? I progressed through the youth system at United. I was playing in the reserves by the end of the 95-96 season. I was a Scotland Schools and Youth International by the time I made my first team debut as a substitute against Hearts in May 97. I was selected for Scotland under-21 side soon after and was part of the United side that won the 96-97 Youth League. I scored my first senior goal in the home leg of the UEFA Cup tie against CE Principat in July 97, but never fully established myself in the lineup until the 99-2000 season. In total, I made 163 appearances, scoring 32 goals. Who am I?
Robbie Winters?
Oh, he's committed early, as if I've been writing things about Robbie Winters for the live show. It's no. Stephen Thompson.
That was my other thing. I was thinking Stephen Thompson.
Stephen Thompson.
Well.
As you'll be delighted to hear, the Tannadice Test will be back in 2026.
Can't wait.
Yeah, so once again, the live show is cutting about very soon with Andy McLaren and Robbie Winters, 30th of January. And then you can make a weekend of it with an 8 p.m. kickoff on the Saturday, as at the moment, the league leaders' Hearts make the trip to Tannadice for what a double header of a weekend there, Paul.
It's like we planned it. It's like we planned it.
No, 8 o'clock at night, it didn't.
No, we did
anyway. Right, what's been happening?
Loan reports. Miller Thompson at Ross County, it was bottom against top up in Dingwall on Saturday, and Miller only got on for the last 13 minutes of what turned out to be a goalless draw between County and St Johnstone. Charlie Dewar at Alloa and Charlie managed to steady the ship on Saturday to keep themselves firmly in the title race. After a series of poor results recently, it was back to helping his side keep another clean sheet and also secure a valuable and hard-earned point as they drew 0-0 at home to Stenhousemuir. Lewis O'Donnell at Cove Rangers. On paper, it looked to be a tough day in prospect for Cove as they travelled to Peterhead. In reality, it turned into a scoosh. Lewis got himself on the score sheet as he added Cove's second before half-time. Lewis would play 82 minutes of this one and his side easily won 4-0. Lewis Haldane at Cowdenbeath. Lewis was again an unused sub on Saturday as his side beat Albion Rovers 1-0. The laddie needs a better loan spell in January, Rondo. The women's team. United's last game of the calendar year saw them head to Stirling University. It was a tight affair back in September when the two last met, but it was far more one-sided last week, in favour of the good guys. Danny Finlay was the difference between the sides in the first half as United went in 1-up at the break. The second half was certainly more productive though, as United added 3 more whilst keeping things tight at the back. The goal scorers in that second half were Louise Mason, Danny Finlay and Nicola Jameson. That win meant that the team have finished the year in excellent form, and the second half of the season looks far more promising than it did just a few weeks back as the team are up into 4th place. There is only 3 points of a difference between the 2nd place team and 5th place team, so the playoffs are certainly a possibility. But Killie, unfortunately, look to be running away with the title. Over to you, Rondo.
That's it then. So a good run of form.
They are on a good run of form, yeah, and I would be very disappointed now if they didn't make the playoffs. The team that are running away with it, Kilmarnock, they haven't beaten United this season. Played them twice. They were both draws, albeit they did beat them on penalties in the games. But that doesn't count. We all know penalties don't count.
Doesn't it?
Unless you're Rangers, and then they count every single fucking week.
So McNick will guarantee.
Yes, they'll get the playoffs.
Good.
Yeah.
On this day then, Association of the Arab Archive, preserving the history of Dundee Football Club since 2006, 29th of December is our focus today. And we'll begin in 1984. And after beating leaders Aberdeen, who dished out the same dose of medicine to second place Celtic. Remarkably, a missed penalty again turned the match on this occasion. Celtic had gone ahead through Tommy Burns in the first half. They were awarded a penalty when John Holt's hand diverted the Brian McClure header. Mo Johnston, however, weakly at the spot kick, and Hamish McAlpine saved low to his left-hand post. Almost immediately, when Bannon hit just wide, 10 minutes later, United equalised. Stuart Beattie won the ball in midfield, passed to Richard Gough. His through ball was belted past Bonner by Paul Sturrock. 7 minutes later, Gough for the second game running head in, an Eamon Bannon free kick to end another unbeaten home record. Celtic 1, Dundee United 2. We move to 2023 and having failed to score in over 200 minutes of play and having dropped 4 points in the last 2 games in the Championship, United had a point to prove. Sub-zero temperatures did not deter a crowd of over 8,000 from making their way into Tannadice for United's final game of the calendar year against Partick Thistle, and the host did not disappoint as birthday boy Tony Watt sent everyone home happy with a memorable hat-trick at Finish United 3, Partick Thistle 0. Signings, let me take you back, Paul, to 2015 and a player who was identified in November, but then the club had to wait patiently on a decision from the Home Office on a work permit. Who is that man?
That is E.G. Kawashima.
What was his debut?
It was Dundee Derby at Dens in the pissing rain where he dropped the ball for their first goal.
Yes, he did. He was fucking loud, man. Went to World Cups and all.
4 World Cups or something.
Oh, he just wasn't very good.
No, for us he wasn't.
Yes, signed on this day. 2050 was E.G. Kawashima. And birthdays, previously mentioned him, the chicken guy with a love for socks, scored 20 in 86 appearances. Tony Watt turns 32 today.
32, eh?
Oh, to be young. Oh, to be 32 again.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Indeed. So, big double header this week. It's also New Year. Any major plans? Are you getting on it? Are you getting down in a bottle of whiskey and then getting your black pudding out? What are you doing?
No, I'm heading off to Oban to take in the New Year up there or across there. So I'll try and get the United game at some point. But I thought if there's one game that I'm going to miss, as I've discussed previously, I'm not heartbroken. It's the old Tony Macaroni that I'm missing out on. So
Or what it's called now.
Yeah, I'll be in Oban. What about you? Are you working?
Nah.
You're not working?
Nah. Off, feet up, not doing anything.
Just go to bed early.
Doing nothing.
Perfect. It's the best way.
Doing absolutely nothing. It'll be my first, apart from COVID, it'll be my first one off in 15 years or something. So, bit of a surprise coming nowhere, but I was like, fine. So, if I'd known earlier, I probably would have went to be with the folks that are on holiday there in Florida at the minute. I probably would have done that. But no, so I don't think we're doing anything. You know, I'm getting over this because I'm, Claire's obviously got a bruised foot and,
The infirmary that is the Costello household just now.
So probably not very much. No, so I think it'll be a pretty quiet one. This is probably ruled out. I'm probably going to go Livi on Tuesday. This is probably ruled us out now because I'm fucking agony here. You'll get serving you swally, so it's not great. Can't be in steak beds or nothing. So
That's
good liquid, is it?
You could get a blender.
So that's it. So nothing much. But that is episode 316. It's done. As always, you can find out more at DoorFoxPodcast.com. You can follow us on the socials. We're a DoorFox Podcast. You can like, subscribe, click the notification bell on YouTube and support the pod by MakeCoffee.com/DoorFox Podcast. As always, thank you very much for your support on the pod this year. If you've just joined us recently this season, this year, or you've been with us for the start, which is now
a long time.
Going on 7?
It will be,
7 years, something like that.
2019.
We massively appreciate any of the support, whether it's, just watching, well, now watching on YouTube, or listening, or buying coffees, or merch, or coming to the shows, and we're really looking forward to that. The first shows, we've got big plans for hopefully in our couple this year as well, and we appreciate the support and the people that just say, it's just like speaking to my mates in the pub, and I'm like, it's not really, is it? Because we're not 10 pint deep.
No.
And we're probably talking about as much sense.
And I'm assuming that people's mates like each other, whereas we're here
there's that.
at odds with each other's opinions most weeks.
But we thoroughly appreciate the support that we get every week and month and year. And we know sometimes when it's not going great, people go, I'm not listening to these two arseholes. But we absolutely appreciate it. Do have a great week. Do stay safe. Do have a very happy new year. Hopefully with 3 points in the bag by then as well. And don't forget to wash your hands and your arsehole.